So my name is Dr. Asia Johnson. I'm the principal of Longwood Preparatory Academy here in the South Bronx. I'm the founding principal of this school since 2017 when it first opened. I was a principal of Banana Kelly in 2016. In 2017, I applied to have the school renamed and rebranded.
And through meeting Dr. Johnson, she asked me to be a part of the school community and become assistant principal of then Banana Kelly. And then a few years later, we became Longwood Prep.
And some of the reasons why was, one, because of the known violence that was in the school. Two, I could not sell a banana or a Kelly to any student.
My impression of Banana Kelly High School when I first joined, it was a little stressful. It was also my first year as a counselor, so it was a little overwhelming. It had there was a lot going on.
I'm a numbers person. I think if you look back from the beginning of when we first started, Banana Kelly at the time had a 40% graduation rate. There was a 77% chronic absenteeism rate in the school. So, which mean on any given day, while there was 172 students that was registered for the school, only half of them actually showed up to school on a daily basis.
So I think going from 40s, 50s as the attendance to graduation to now seeing 80s and above as the overall rate, the proof is in the numbers. The first thing was creating actually an attendance team. When I got here, there wasn't an attendance team. Yes, scholars weren't coming to school, but we had to figure out why and what were we gonna do about it. So I think that was the beginning of an era of let's collaborate, let's formalize, and let's make change.
Well, so I applied for a few grants. I think it was over $500,000 in grants that we received to offer a CTE media program to be able to hire teacher, buy equipment, and build up a media technology and design program. The separate one to create, it was a mental health, a creative way, a grant where you can write a creative way to offer mental health services to a community. And
well, thinking back from when I was at Banana Kelly High School, when it transitioned to LPA and Dr. Johnson joined the school, I think that in terms of how she supported with mental health is that she added on another counselor and she added on a social worker.
LPA does a really good job in putting students together. They try to make the student body a whole family and caters to their needs if they need anything academically or outside of school, concerning mental health and other stuff.
So I wrote a grant, applied for a mental health grant to offer hip hop therapy here at LPA, and we were able to use the money to create a recording booth. Buy all of the equipment and expose our students to that. And then the other grant was more about just counseling services, targeted credit recovery, repeat courses to allow kids who had fell behind previously and to catch up at money to open up Saturday school. Kids were here in the evenings until 6 o'clock at night, and then they would come and be here on Saturdays until 3 p.m. That helped to increase the graduation rate. Having more rigorous programs into the school.
We have internships. You have scholars who, again, are behind cameras, filming, and just taking their high school experience in their own hands. You have clubs where kids come together and engage, especially after a pandemic where everyone was the principal of their living room. And you sort of just engage with yourself. Some of the positive things that are happening now is that you're finding that family dynamic back in the building, whether it's events at the PAL, whether it's celebrations, competitions, we have door competitions, whatever it is, there's always something that connects you to being back in this building more than just class.
I feel as though they've prepared for future success by kind of just giving you the option to be who you want to be.
It's very diverse and it offers students a lot of help with it, whether it's just emotionally or with schoolwork and stuff.
I'm the right person to lead the transformation because I care. I'm not from New York City, I'm actually from North Philadelphia. If anyone knows anything about North Philadelphia, it is probably just as rough as it is in the Bronx. I have grown up in poverty. I was, at a very young age, I experienced a lot of trauma that allowed me to develop determination and grit within myself. I had a lot of examples of people who are on drugs. I've lived in shelters, I've been homeless, I've moved around. In elementary school, I was in a different school every year. Luckily, I didn't get held over. But when I got to high school, I realized that I wanted to have more for myself than the examples of the people that were around me. And thankfully enough, I'm able to come and lead a school that was very similar to my high school.
Ms. Johnson, Principal Johnson, Dr. Johnson, I feel like she is someone to admire because she was able to get her doctorate while being a principal. She was able to keep it going. She never stopped until she got what she wanted. And that's something I really admire because I never want to stop until I get what I want.
I think as an educator, it's easy to go to any school and just roll with what's already there. Turning the school around is personal. You get to see scholars rise to the task, to their full potential, especially when some were counted out.
When I was in high school, I had some really great teachers, but particularly an assistant principal who mentored me during a challenging time in my high school career, and she's someone I'm still in touch with today. And ever since high school, I've wanted to be in education, to be able to do what she did for me when I was growing up.
I never wanted to be in a school or work with people who didn't care as much about children as much as I wish someone cared about me.
Well, they help everyone overcome their obstacles basically by being there for you. Like, I could hear so many times of like Ms. Moxham, Ms. Woods, and all the other teachers and staff that are always on those people that just need a little bit more help. They will always be on you. And while it is annoying sometimes, it is needed.
The difference, I think, here is that I'm very strategic about who I hire for the school. There's a very diverse school of white teachers, Asian teachers, Latino teachers, African American teachers, and then you have a diverse leadership that consists of most of those demographics and those groups as well. Celebrating people's history and having kids feel like they have a sense of belonging is important. And between the staff and the students and myself, one is because I'm obviously a black girl, so there's black students that's in the school, young black girls that I see all the time that look just like me, act like me, attitudes like me, suck their teeth and roll their eyes just like I did in high school.
And what I see is an environment where we're able to respect each other, but understand that caring for you and loving you means that I have expectations for you. That having initiatives, meaning scholars are doing exactly like the things that the scholars in front of me are doing right now, being on the ground level with an experience.
Freshman year was just way more stricter. Like the cell phone pads that you have to put your pads inside and carry it throughout the whole day, that was gone. And now it's just better. The school actually is trusting us to get our work done while having our phone with us. So that's an improvement.
But I never look at them as if they can't be better than me in life. Like, don't be like me, be better than me in life. And I know other teachers see that as well. There are Asian students that are here, Asian Island Pacific students that's here, Latino students that are here. There are some students who identify as white that are also here as well. So everyone has a racial demographic that meets who they are as a person, and they should feel comfort in being able to know that they can come to people at any time to be able to talk about things culturally that might be appropriate for them.
So if you come to LPA, you'll have a lot of fun. You'll have a little bit of trouble with some teachers, but you'll be getting along. For the general, you'll have fun, you'll have trips, you'll have a really cool counselor to be there for you, and you'll like it. You'll be fine here. You'll feel like this is part of you. Sometimes
Scholars need to know that, hey, if you don't feel comfortable coming to Jerufe, there are other people that you could talk to in the building too.
Like, I know this is high school and you're alone, but I feel like if teachers were able to communicate with students, things would be better.
One of the things I hope that persuades kids to come to school every day is that this is a place where they feel a sense of belonging.
Been giving more opportunities and experiences to the young people at our school. Thinking of schools as developing well-rounded young people, it's not just about academics. It's what other interests and experiences that they can gain to take with them in life.
One thing that I got from this high school is it has helped me a lot, like growing as a person.
And since they don't know, we are basically a family.
And so if we can start believing and seeing more in kids and what they believe in themselves and then pushing them to their greatness, that's how you become legendary.